Good morning, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. We are at 7925 Southwest 36th Avenue here in Portland. Located at the rear of the house. Kind of near the rear right corner as you face the home from the street. Got a 4-inch cast iron clean out. And check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Water's running, we're zeroed out, and off we go. Well, this is a septic or cesspool conversion. That's why the line goes out the back like it does. And it's going to wrap around the house. And from the looks of it, that was actually converted over quite a while ago because this is still cast iron. And the reason for that is to reverse the plumbing under a home to go back out the front is a very expensive thing to do. It'll often cost as much as your new sewer line will, so it's very common to do this configuration. Looks like we're transitioning here over to ABS plastic. A little bit of a low spot there, and that, so if you watch the other video I made where I started out front in a 3-inch ABS clean out, that may very well be, I'll locate here in a minute to see if that is near where I was at. They may have tied the storm system in there. When we turn the water off at the end, we'll be able to tell because that line I originally went through at the start, or at the very front of the house, has continuous water flow going through it. So we should see water continuously flowing through that area. Looks like we had another little spot there of some spot repaired pipe. And this is a rare sewer line to have essentially all cast iron. Originally this was a 100% cast iron line. If you're going to have old pipe products, cast iron's the stuff to have. Alright, now we're into 6-inch concrete. That transition is likely at the street edge. That's very typical. Most homes though, I mean 95+% of them, we would have been into concrete pipe almost immediately out of the gate. And the concrete just doesn't hold up quite as nicely around things like root intrusions. Or roots in general, I mean. You got a little earthworm gym there going through the pipe joint. And that right there would appear to be our main connection. Alright, located the camera head successfully. Line terminates on the far side of the road. Line ends up running out into the street right around where the driveway entry area is. The driveway connects to the street. So that joint there at the very end of the line, I mean, albeit it's exposed to the ground to some extent, not affecting functionality, and that should be well into city territory at that point. Where I picked the locate up is almost up against where you'd normally see a street curb at on the opposite side of the road, so we went way across the street. This concrete pipe is actually held up very nicely. It's not weird at all to see joints getting exposed to the ground at this juncture in its lifespan. But it's very, very nice to see that no settling has taken place. Alrighty, and we don't have a traditional curb and sidewalk to go off of here, but we are where you would easily expect a curb to be. We're just about into the roadway area, like where cars would actually drive at this point. I've actually pushed a little bit past that transition to get a good locate. Alright, so my assumption here is I've had all the water off in the house. None of those fixtures drain slowly. They drain beautifully inside. So what I expect we're going to see here in just a second is a storm system connection back where we had the ABS spliced into the line. And my drawing is going to be an oversimplified version of what you have here. This line does a fair amount of little twists and turns, but there you go right there. That's that water that continuously runs into the sewer line. That would appear to be groundwater. We've had a lot of rain lately. That my guess is that's picking up water from the ground from like a French drain or perf pipe. It's been sunny the last 2 days, but we still have a lot of water saturation in the ground. In fact, I'm going to push back out really quick here and mark that, just so you know where it is. All right, I just put a little red Y marking down kind of at the front of the property, where the front yard just about meets the kind of gravel street area there. And I got a depth of only 3 foot 3 inches. So that means your line is very shallow, going all the way out to about the street. So when the day does finally come to update this, you've got a very shallow line you have to dig up. It's very nice, and it's essentially all under grass and dirt. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and reel the camera out of the line. Great flow all the way out to the street. All the cast iron and ABS, those small little sections that were put in there, all of them are in good condition, have good flow and are functioning properly at this time.